Saddest is here, everybody.
I'm here.
You gotta look at the bloodlust. Good thinking, Zetta. Thanks, Pan. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. I don't think it's any kind of dying message. It's just too strange. Yeah, why would she write bloodlust?
Yeah.
But you know, that thing about writing bloodlust in blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar? A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method, and at the scene of each crime, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack! Genocide Jack, the mysterious fiend whose grisly attacks were famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend created a reputation of abnormal, downright, cruel killings. I hope that annoying girl Toko, I hope she's the murderer.
What is this?
Can we get rid of her already? Then this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style? But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack. The real? Wait, are you saying Genocide Jack is here in the school?
No way!
But there is no way. But going so far as to write bloodlust at the scene, I am surprised at their stupidity. I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer. Ah! What is it now? Toko! Hina was pointing towards the entrance to the girls' locker room. Ah! Toko was the last to arrive, and now she was just standing there. No! Why? 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 She fainted. That did not sound good. Toko? Hina rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake. Toko, are you okay? Come on, wake up! Oh, that's right. I just remembered what she said about how she faints every time she sees blood. Oh. Then maybe she's not the murderer, or maybe she's just putting on a scene? I don't know. So, is she homophobic? I imagine she does not watch, too many horror films then. This isn't a violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically she passed out somewhere besides in her room. No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like on purpose. Ah, so since she didn't faint on purpose, it doesn't count? Gotcha.
Just a second.
Toko, can you hear me? Hey, you gotta get up! As if she'd heard her, Toko suddenly shot up, as in she literally jumped up from where she was laying. It was such a strange reaction, I was at a loss for words. She leapt straight up into the air, changing her stance as she did. What? In no time flat, she was just standing up. Ignoring the physical contortions she had to go through, her motions were totally haphazard. Huh? What? Sorry about that. I was just so shocked, you know? It happens, right? Was I the only one? Toko, are you okay? Like, why is your tongue sticking out like that? I'm fine. Yeah. Whoa. Is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead?
What the heck?
She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top inning and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies.
Well,
This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. No, everything's fine. At least the stutter's all gone. That's a good thing, right?
I see.
It's clear to me that everything is not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. It might be best if we take her back to her room for the time being.
so,
I don't mind taking her, but could someone help me? If you need help, I don't mind. Taka, could you help me? Huh? She totally ignored me! Very well. You take care of the girl, and the rest of us can begin the investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura and Mondo on guard duty again? Hold on a second. Rushing to an investigation, the mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There is no question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Of course.
Right as rain. But don't take it as a bad thing. It's just a fact of life. Because that's how graduation works. Among Us reference. Then it's happened again? Is that what you're saying? That another one of us killed a fellow classmate? Indeed. What? does that freak you out? You guys got no guts, you know that. Is there just nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you pray to mine if you want. Actually, I don't have any either. Sorry.
Stop talking.
Stop monologuing and give us what you came here to give us. You did bring it, right? No guts. I did. I sure did, chum. Allow me to present the next Monokuma file. I know how much you must be looking forward to it. So please do your very tippy top best on this investigation.
No way!
Do we really gotta do another investigation? We sure do. We're just gonna live or dead for no reason. Examining the corpse of one of our friends. Having suspect all of our other friends. This is ridiculous. Like,
Why?
I hate this. I can't take it anymore. I hate it too. I've had enough. I'm getting out of here.
Hey,
Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run.
such ignorance.
Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. You are very enthusiastic about all this, are you not?
Naturally.
How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump into it so
What?
soon. What, do you want to die?
Such ignorance.
Fine, then go off and die somewhere. Right now. Go ahead. You're a waste of space.
You
A dead body is an object?
piece of shit!
Chihiro wasn't an object. Show a little respect or I'll beat some into ya.
Calm down.
Everyone stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byakuya said. Kyoko,
Because
if we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. And if Byakuya is right that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro,
right.
then unless we do something, more victims could start piling up. Forget more victims. If we mess this up, we're all dead meat.
Hey! Hey!
Hold on. If that's your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer. In any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. Oh, we have a max. What? I don't remember any rule like that.
Actually,
I just came up with that. I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life would be all over, right? The new rule has been added to the regulations menu.
So then.
In that case, why not limit it to 1 person?
hey,
Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. Just 1 would totally murder that possibility.
punishment is waiting for
Farewell for now. I'll catch you guys at the class trial. I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people, then 1 more person's life could still be in danger. Which is
Interesting.
definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens.
You son of a bitch!
You need to shut the heck up!
So,
Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna drop Toko off at her room. Nice. I'm gonna get dropped
there is
off.
nothing to be done.
I have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation, Sweet. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed Chihiro,
Okay?
then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife. That's true. I hate this, but if I want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. Investigate time. Ooh, cool investigation music. Start. Okay, first of all, I better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim of Chihiro Fujisaki, the time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the 2nd floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. So I guess she at least didn't suffer. I thought they
Time for the brainwash, yeah.
Yeah. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Monokuma file 2 has been added. Hey, Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know? So what did you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation, huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent. The same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, I
Stop
just...
talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So, you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. Byakuya is probably the killer, man. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and oh, she probably got hit by the dumbbell. There's a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon? I don't imagine it could have been anything else. The poster has some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. Okay. Let's talk to my girl, Kyoko. She took her time explaining Chiyoda's examining it. She poked and prodded during every inch of the lifeless body. Going over everybody. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. Now, instead of a pillow, he's probably gonna get killed with a book. Yeah, he'll have books thrown at him.
Yeah.
She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. Interesting. I use this locker room all the time. Now, it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else, then carried here. She was very light, that is true. It would have been hard for someone to carry her. It wouldn't have been hard, but still. I still think she came here on her own by choice. What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you say she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late or early, depending? Mina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us, and instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night. Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she also would have come with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. Sakura's account has been added to the truth. Okay. Cool. Okay, now let's go to Mondo. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need is I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. I sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't that strong. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo's account. Okay, interesting. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh? Already?
What?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true,
Let's
but
go.
if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. Why are you being so pushy, dude? It's very sus. So this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Okay. There's a bunch of different pool-related items on the shelf, which have nothing to do with the case. Maybe this gun was used to... No, impossible. If that was true, Chihiro would be riddled in holes. If I remember right, the card reader is meant to work on our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take up with the Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
Has he been
Domesticated.
Domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your ebooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correct. So then, that means only girls can go into the girls' locker room and only boys can go into the only boys' room. So, let's hope that, Toko killed her. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So, in other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right? Good lord, your example. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the whole time. Loaning your yearbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the acting of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Tagami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me, not tasting, what the heck? Me like a puny little appetizer. Oh. Instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things. Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, that means someone would have to loan it. So, so sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest of your own darn self.
that's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. I love this music. Yeah, we came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? The hunk of metal blocking the entrance seems like some kind of machine. There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-book! No, wait, there's 3 of them. And what are they doing here? Oh, is it the dead students? So you finally found them, huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then, these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Sayaka Maizono. You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now, do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I don't like where this is going! I see, yeah, now I understand. Someone borrowed Sayaka's handbook. Oh man, someone literally borrowed a dead person's handbook.
What?
Hold on a second. And are you, yeah, what's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed is Junko's name when I started it up. Byakuya is looking very suspicious right now. But I feel like... I don't know, I feel like it would be too obvious if it was Byakuya right now, because he's basically telling us like, oh yeah, the other day I figured out that you can get their handbooks from here. That would be lame if it was Byakuya. He's the one person I hope it's not. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. What? The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind conceded, or whatever it said. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey!
No!
Hey! What? That ebook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, and super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did.
Impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't frigging break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does.
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks. Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing when it's a... realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. That's a chonky handbook, yeah. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken. But you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Broken e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section on your handbook. Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then, you really think? You truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed
Don't make me
Chihiro?
repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right? There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people. Well, that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a demented, psychotic killer like that? What if it's like one of my girls? I don't want to say it, but it could also be one of my girls. Like, you know.
Oh, one of the girls.
Celeste or Kyoko, but I don't even want to think about that.
No.
The reaction sound effect is so satisfying. No, Zeta, don't jinx it. I'm sorry. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. And I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us. Is there really any proof? There's something I'd like to take you. There's something I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is one that killed Chihiro. Evidence, does something like that really... Ah, hey you two. Big trouble. Need your help.
I don't have time to
We're
play
busy.
with you.
Leave us alone.
I mean,
But it's an emergency. Emergency. Come on, please. You gotta help me. But it's an emergency. An emergency? What happened? Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do? Byakuya.
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you
Don't
sure?
make me repeat myself.
I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no, and that'd be the end of it. Okay, okay, come on, hurry. But wait for us,
Let's
Hina.
go.
It looks like she's headed to the dorms, to Toko's room, more exactly. You're right. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency?
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay put. After a while, we came back on to check on her, you know, see how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
Fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. The door swung open slowly and silently. Oh. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out of behind the door, forcing a gasp out from me.
Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you holding yourself up in your room.
leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Oh my goodness. And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think that the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
What?
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Persuade her. Me! Okay, it's not me. How about you? Hey, Byakuya, do you think you could ask her to come out of her room? I mean,
That's fine.
sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of the door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments,
What do you want?
leave me alone. You're all so annoying. Her lover coming in clutch. Yes. Bakula, what?
Byakuya.
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack take control ever again. Wait a second. She said I won't ever let Genocide Jack take control ever again. Is she calling herself like she has two people inside of her? Like one side of her is Genocide Jack, and so she's trying to lock herself up like she's scared of what she just did? Oh, snap. Because it seems like she's like possibly terrified of what she just did.
Coming in the clutch.
That's a nice theory. If that's what actually happens, that would be so cool. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't put it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise? Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. Oh, they made a promise together. But
Stop talking.
you know what would be cute? But like,
It
it would be kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde story if like we couldn't figure out this story. We couldn't figure out the investigation until the next day, and then someone dies, but Byakuya killed that person, and so like each of them like were working together, like the lovers were working together to get out of here together. Cute, but not cute at all. If I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh my goodness, Zetta. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. But Byakuya and I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library. Of course. Come on, let's go in. What's up, Byakuya? Oh, whoops. There's no point in checking that. I got coins anyway, but I was trying to talk to you. Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Do you want me to go in the next room? What do you want me to do? If I remember, on the other side of the store is the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh,
Let's
here?
go.
It all makes sense once you're inside. We're getting into the archives. Whoa, there's so many books and files and so much dust, too.
So, in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to uncover that value of yourself. Okay. Look at this. Look at that right there. There's a wooden box that's empty. Although, judging by the smudges and dust, it looks like there's something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? Huh? The desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
what?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it there. It was too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Okay. The shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one out randomly. Ah, so you have a sharp eye, indeed, to select that file, huh?
That's right.
That's a report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. Maybe I am lucky after all. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Oh, Byakuya is also a pointy boy. That's why she's been pointing! Okay, without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. There's so many files here stuffed on the shelf. What are all these things? Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who controlled the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power, the secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. There's a ton of thick files stuffed into the bookshelf. Oh, whoops. And they are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you expect to leak. Oh? So are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here.
Interesting.
It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit in your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Usual? Normal? Ordinary? Simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. Whoops, I have auto on. There we go. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So in other
I already
words,
told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that castle, and I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my own will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all the levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. Wow, he really is like Yagami 2.0. The excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
that's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murderer. The first characteristic is that every crime scene, the word bloodless is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodless is written in the blood and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same of what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise. The best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about the particular fact were the members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about the aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about the act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite
So
simple.
in other words,
The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack.
in
Good.
other words,
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. That then Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer, really is walking around us, among us?
interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer which is with such a reputation would it ever become a part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Byakuya, about the Genocide Jack, could you
That's
let me
fine.
see it? Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Oh, murder cases of Genocide Jack, top secret. Byakuya handed me the file, and I flipped through it. Okay, and I flipped through it with tense.
I thought he was actually gonna get on his knees.
Dang it. Suddenly my hand stopped. I had reached the page where the photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! The names of Genocide Jack victims are written out of several pages. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuto Hiro Honda, 17. Shoji Jagaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Koma Sunataro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida Naohisa, Takeshi Masamune, Yoto Yumejima. There has no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killers hit countless victims were killed and suspended in the exact same way. And at the end of at the scene of every murder, the word bloodless has been left in the victim's own blood. So violent, and this time I don't like it. I don't like it either. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays or night, during holidays, or either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reasons for this. I saw that. Oh, well, crap. Yeah, try not to pass out. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may be potentially suffering from dissociated identity disorder.
So, in other words,
the key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. So that would make sense how Toko is reacting. That would make sense, because she's trying to trap herself. A split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. And that would make sense as like when she woke up from when she was unconscious, like she acted totally different. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into things too much. Maybe. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Okay, it's been added to the truth bullets. Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Ah, wait, Byakuya. Now I think you're actually on to something, Zeta. Ooh. As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that? Come on. Enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. Just as quickly, he'd asked me to join him. He'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncover something really important clues thanks to him, Genocide Jack. He's the one who killed Chihiro. Or she! And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go and investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room, too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. We're checking. Oh my goodness, look at that. Tornado! Okay, now we can look down here. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? There's a stain. What? Is it blood? It's dried blood, maybe. But no, I want Toko to be the killer because that would be epic. Tornado would really would really motivate me while working out, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You're like, dang, I really want to look like Tornado. Those boys are sick.
Yeah.
Such motivation. Okay, this poster. It's a popular boy group called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. Are you saying that one of the girls came in here? Wait, a girl can also take one of the dead boys' handbooks. Just saying.
Girls came in just to put a poster up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, tornado.
We can look at the blood puddle. There's a blood stain on the carpet. It can only be it caused it. Okay. We're gonna check the objects again. I don't know why we would need to, but just in case, there's a blood stain. Swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. A girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a... you-know-what swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But why? If they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Should I... maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. Now we're gonna talk to Mondo. Dude has a real complex of being weak. You heard Chiyoda talk about it, right? All I need is to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really... Oh, didn't we... Yeah, we already read that. Chiyoda's complex. Okay, we're gonna talk to Kyoko. Maybe she has something now. Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation? Generally speaking. But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
Well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then.
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time, thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts. That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left to the other girls' room. The girls' locker room. Jeez. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. And why is it missing? The murderer took it? Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chiyoda's hands. I mean, we investigated Sayaka's body pretty well.
Yeah.
Chiyoda's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. Kyoko's so cool. Yes, she is. There's no way she's a murderer.
Yeah.
The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug? It's not a rope. It's a cord. It's an extension cord, in fact. Someone took it from the library. Remember that he said that there was an extension cord? Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chiyoda's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right. There's the issue she's being suspended in the fatal blow. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there is a certain place I need to revisit to look over it again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. Okay, so yep, it's the extension cord from the library. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura? I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I used it together. Okay then, let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys and girls locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee in the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day, I spilled some of it on the carpet in the girls' locker room and left us. So her protein powder was the stain. Wait, no, the stain was in the boys' locker room. A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
of course.
Exactly, I noticed earlier the stain. The heck? So wait, the murderer switched the posters, switched the rugs. What is going on? I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up, but still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with. What? Disappearing stain? It was... Why is the killer... Why are they switching stuff? What... Like, why didn't they switch, like, the bloody mat right here? Like, I'm so confused. Why did they switch the one with the random protein stain? Like, that doesn't even... That doesn't make sense. Okay, Hifumi, let's talk to him. Ding, ding, ding. Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stats increase for me. My brain hurts. Yeah, mine too. Evidence? What did he find? I cannot reveal that just yet, but I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh, yeah. Miss Ludenberg said she has witnessed something worthwhile, too. Really, what did she see? She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right? Okay, so where's Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there. What's it gonna be? Okay. Okay. So we're gonna go back to the library. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here, but the last time I saw it, it was definitely on, and it was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya. Oh, I'm a little bit ahead of Makoto. I'm a little bit ahead. I already knew it was the extension cord from here. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... We'll miss you, us. We will. Maybe we should have confessed our embarrassing secrets after all. Darn it. I'm sorry, Chihiro. It's all because I wasn't strong enough. Aw, no it wasn't. What's up? I haven't been up to anything myself, that's for sure. Definitely haven't looked inside the mailbox. There's a mailbox right here, and inside are Junko and Leon's and then the real size loading. No problem. Because the coordinate monochrome shouldn't be broken. Something that still bothers me. Oh, Hino, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out, and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all slummy, and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry, I was gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created: outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big secret regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. I mean, didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the other girls. Was she just shy, or was she afraid that she was gonna switch and whatnot? Darn it, I hope they at least bury her with her favorite donut. What? Oh my goodness. I don't know, she talked to all the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case? I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might direct you, but I see it was pointless. Then, did you find something? Very well, I will tell you, and only you.
Actually...
Last night I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
Indeed.
This was right before nighttime. Ooh.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Interesting. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes,
I assumed
indeed.
she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, one of this ever would have happened. None of this. Why did I keep saying one of this? Well, that warehouse was like 10 times more things than my fridge. It does. Oh my goodness. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag. Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying it, which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow in the incinerator, but they're not a pro baseball star, so what is the story this time? How could they activate the incinerator? Crap, it's nighttime? What the heck? So soon, what the heck? I know. I'm not prepared either. Begin the class trial or it's about to begin. What? I don't know if I have everything prepared. The red door is right through there. Can I talk to anybody else? Rip Oz, I know. What the heck? Once we start spinning, I'll wait for her and see what she's doing. Ahem, so is everyone ready to what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember? Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget about that nut job? Wow. She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
She's a crucial part of it this time, huh? Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible! Woo, so now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle on to the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right there. It's you. Yay, you're back! The trial's about to start.
Did I miss the cool CGI of everyone standing on the elevator?
No.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I guess we gotta go. We have no choice, right? We have to do this, yes. I give a small nod to reply just in time. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Ooh, the biggest elevator you'll ever see. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop. Are you ready to get dizzy, everybody? Okay, what do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Coco's hair looks so good, and the stage it did. Girl always looks amazing. Okay, we're gonna save while we can, okay? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good. You're repairing to go. Rip. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay, then let's get the show on the road. Everyone, please find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial! Oh yes, I already saved, but it's okay. Okay. We're gonna set skills. I don't even know how to, like, earn these skills.
Someday. Oh, I think you'll get them by befriending people. You, like, earn them.
Oh, well, I only befriended one person so far, apparently. Okay. Finish
Within your
preparations.
goal.
Trial! All rise!
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off,
Oh, befriending people actually rewards you. Yeah.
Oh, that's why it said it doesn't recommend skipping befriending people.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I didn't think befriending people like changed the course of like what happened, so I was confused.
First we have to make clear what we use to deliver the fatal blow. Fatal blow time!
Cool if it did like change what happens.
Dizzy. Ah, I'm gonna get dizzy. Okay. Here we go.
Here we go.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Yes.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
No, I just thought that I could say I know what it was, but
Chihiro's fatal injury.
I couldn't. I have to just
It
contradict.
appears it was a head wound.
Wait, one
According to
second.
the
I'll be right back,
Monokuma
but I'll be really
file,
fast
the
this
killer
time.
used a
Okay.
blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
It wasn't an iron pipe!
That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
No, it's not!
Poor Chihiro.
No! Replay it. I missed it.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
That was hard. I guess that would work to use the slow
According to
motion
the
stuff.
Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
I bet it was an iron pipe!
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal
Oh,
blow
so I
was
slowed
the
it.
dumbbell
Wait.
found at the scene of the crime?
I slowed it down when he said, I bet it was an iron pipe, and it was like, I bet it was an iron pipe.
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that
someone
could have caused that kind of injury.
No, I wouldn't.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Ooh,
You looked at her head wound?
yeah.
yes! That's so creepy!
Dawn, if I knew how to clip, I know I have no clue.
It's okay, I don't know
If you
either.
don't
I
mind.
would.
I have no clue. I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, we didn't know
Although,
until
I believe the criminal
Zetta started
behind this
like,
heinous
what did
act
you do?
is
I don't
already
know.
quite clear.
I saw in the chats that like people were making clips and like someone like Dawn kept saying like, oh, I
yeah.
clipped that, and I was like, oh, you did a clip, but I didn't know what it meant. And then one day I looked on my account and saw that I could see everybody's clips that they made, and I was like, what the heck? I didn't know you could do that either.
For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? Or she, just saying. A new element
Everyone's like the fiend.
has been added to non-stop debates. Oh, why did they keep adding stuff? I thought this was gonna be easy peasy. Okay, here we go, people.
Banger time.
Genocide Jack case file.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure of it
Case
too.
closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on.
We gotta figure out who it
There's just
is.
no proof for it.
There is proof for it.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong! I love how he says that every time.
might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
Oh snap. Time for spin.
That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be 2 defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
I feel like it's not Byakuya, like, because he's like giving away everything. Like,
That's right.
bloodlust.
Bloodlust.
What?
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the
What?
other characteristic. And it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body, how the victim was positioned, the bloody message left behind, or position.
I got it!
She's hung.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Definitely.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
Yes.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes. In fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko.
What? Hey. Okay,
Yes!
Wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or
No,
whatever,
but she
remember?
has dissociative
What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
identity disorder.
Is Toko Genocide
No
Jack?
way, my dream came
The answer
true.
is yes and no.
Another riddle.
She has DID!
It's gotta be so complicated.
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? She has multiple personalities, at least. Hangman Gambit. Here we go. Whoops. See? I'm so confused. Oh, I guess it's gonna be school.
I thought it was gonna be sushi for a second and I was confused.
Oh, wait.
What?
Chai?
Even I'm confused.
I'm confused what this is. Chai? What? Shizo?
Shizzle?
What?
It only took me 5 years.
What does that mean?
Good job, you clipped it.
Yay! You did
To
it!
look back.
It only took me 5 years. Yay!
Personality?
Good job, Pan. Thank you.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have... what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body
I see it.
is proof enough that she has
Yeah.
a split personality.
Thank you, thank you. Maybe her fainting was like her switching as well. I don't know. The one thing that shows that Toko could have a split personality, it has to do with her behavior. She fainted, her behavior changed. Her behavior changed. She arrived late!
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Yeah. It's fine, it's fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Yep. Scared of herself. Her tongue is gonna dry out. I won't let Genocide Jack have control. That's what I mean. Like, as soon as she said that, I was like, it clicked in my brain. I was like, wait, that's an odd way to say that. She's have control. I'll just drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. Like, it's just a weird way to say
The reason she
stuff.
locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in.
It was from him getting out.
It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
You are so smart, Zeta. Thank you. I can't believe I've, like, almost solved both of the murderers so far. Because, like, when we were talking about how evil Sayaka was, and I was like, what if she's gonna try to pin a murder on me?
How?
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
How can you know all this?
How this is happening
I do
to me.
believe you misunderstood her.
That's what they meant with foreshadowing, yes.
What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told
Interesting.
me a most interesting story.
Ooh.
She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
She basically just confessed to him? Okay.
This is all
What
a
the
lie.
heck?
Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Ooh,
What?
she's accepting it.
You promised.
Oh, snap.
I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This
Oh,
is the real
Byakuya.
world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Oh!
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
It did happen. I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise. Oh, but don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack take control over again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Oh my. Well, you didn't keep your promise. Byakuya, you kind of could have said that at the very start. What the heck? I know, what the heck. Oh, she was like, you would go out with me.
That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
Oh.
But you
Peanuts
weren't able
indeed.
to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Do we even have to have the rest of the trial? Like, she's confessing, completely confessing. If anybody else is like, yeah, so, who else is the killer? Like,
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
so we got a battle right now.
The person?
It's you.
You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Oh my!
Hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever.
She switches so
do?
quickly, too. It's like, slam!
I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Oh my! Okay, this is actually really freaking scary.
What happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
Oh my.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
Oh my.
Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for a— Just kidding again!
Okay, wow.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
Oh, and her secret must have been that she was Genocide Jack.
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. No, she's the killer. She's the killer. She is the killer.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You did! What? Did you say something funny, did I?
Shoot.
Oh. But I was contradicting. Oh crap, I lost a heart. What the heck? Oh no, I don't have any hearts!
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
Okay. Oh no, we're stop running from the beginning.
Do you really expect
good.
any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
I don't know what that meant.
Give it up. You killed her.
Okay, so I was supposed to contradict him? I don't know what that meant though.
The modus operandi matches completely.
He's wrong.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases
Ken says
and
we'll
this
miss
one.
you, Ross.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant.
Yay.
You're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. There's a clear difference. The victim's fatal injury, the style of the bloody image. I guess the victim's fatal injury.
Yay, icebreaker.
For one,
Yay.
the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right? Ah, yes.
Aw, is Toko not the...
Other murders. Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more.
But she said she broke a
conflicting
promise.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
Ah, is Byakuya the killer?
Are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Because he's the only one that's been reading all the books. That's right, the second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here, you'll see a clear difference how the body was posed, what was used to suspend her. Yeah.
I got it. Do you remember what the killer used to suspend
And
her?
the main person who was in the library. Dang it! I didn't want him to be the killer.
They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases,
Asa's
someone
silence
else
is
was
so
used to
menacing.
suspend them.
You can basically tell when she's being silent, she's trying not to spoil things.
Scissors.
What are you doing?
I use my own specially designed scissors for the murders
I just
and
realized
the arrangement.
I remember. I'm over you now.
Oh my goodness.
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
accidentally typed one. Clicked one of the
You
arrows.
know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
It was men.
There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly
man.
killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro doesn't fit. If you look at the names of every victim, you'll notice I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. Because Chihiro was a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye, right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all men. Yeah. Men names, men names, men names.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Oh my.
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of a one and only.
Oh man, the chubby guy was actually right. Yeah, dang it.
We get it. You've clearly explained
Byakuya
your
as
hobby
the
and
killer.
your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That is true.
That does make some amount of sense.
As sus as a yellow watermelon.
I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
That did cross my mind, but I'm like,
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors.
oh my.
I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh my. Oh my.
She's fully equipped.
That's right. So I can kill anywhere, anytime.
Oh great.
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can you gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
The body really was suspended, right?
Ugh.
And nobody but the police knew about that.
But why did he switch stuff around in the rooms? Or it's still confusing.
That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. The one person who we've learned everything from.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami?
I mean, it's cool how they switch it around to like focus on Toko, and then you kind of forget about Byakuya for a bit, but dang it!
He rearranged the scene to defeat Joker.
Whoops.
Man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
When you pushed me through everything and you, like the second you said, like, okay, I'm gonna take control of this, I'm like, you're trying to not look suspicious.
The way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Oh, he noticed way before. In the locker rooms, they're suspicious, very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh, suspicious? It seems that nobody's searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
That is correct.
Strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make clear to everyone. A new element has been added. Okay, cool. Monokuma file 2.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before he found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If we are presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So
Yes.
of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
You wish you'd taken me with you.
What was weird about that conversation? Commenting about it being a girl, I realized something. Oh, there's a... okay.
Was Chihiro, who was a girl. So
Whoa.
of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room for...
So then we'll fire the green bullet now. Because we have special rewinding powers, remember?
The victim was Chihiro.
No. Finally! Thank you, guys.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about...
Yeah, my Kyoko girl coming in handy.
Past Genocide Jack incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go, Kyoko.
The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murderers, the evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be? She's so awesome indeed. Okay.
What? The difference between the cases? Do you want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with...
I don't know.
It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
Library.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody
I should get rid of
else
that.
must have had it hidden away somewhere.
I don't need that.
I'd never seen that rope before.
I've never seen the rope before. You're wrong. You've seen it before. I know it.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have.
Oz, have
seen
I
it
told you that
before.
you have some interesting taste? Yeah. What the heck? He's your favorite?
Because you see, that rope. Or should I say,
Interesting.
that extension cord.
Extension cord.
Extension cord?
Yes.
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't
Yep.
you? And the same
even have it on the
extension cord that was in
CGI.
the library all
Yeah.
this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Yep.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord.
Yep.
I can't imagine any other possibility.
Me neither.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it.
Yes.
Is that about right?
Yep. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even
What's wrong?
involved?
I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Is he not? If he's not the killer? Woohoo! That would be a real plot twist.
I know, but still, there's something that's still
Please don't be the killer.
Is that
Blow our minds.
And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room.
Yeah, then who the heck
disguised
is
my
it?
crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean Can I really just accept that Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said, so he is the killer. The extension... His presence the scene of the crime? Sorry, I wasn't listening that closely to what he just said. Oh crap, I have 2 minutes! What do I say, Oz? What do I say? The scene of the crime?
Okay. You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that?
Did it...
Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
Is that why everything swapped around? Did he kill her in the men's locker room?
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Yeah, everything swapped around. The poster, the...
That was
mat?
Awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime would have been somewhere, could have been
don't just
somewhere
move
else.
on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
He's getting nervous. Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There's something that was switched between the boys and the girls' locker rooms. The boys' locker room carpet, but the 2 posters.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel.
Oh my.
But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
I mean, why not, though? I mean...
So you're saying...
Who says the dudes can't like Tornado?
I know.
What if they want to be buff like them?
Well, they weren't really buff, but...
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker room.
They're like lean like them, I guess.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Boys can like boy
referring to my
bands? The
protein
heck?
coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
It wasn't scrubbed, it was switched. No, it's not the same was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then,
Yes.
Does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime,
I love
the
what I
bloodstained
was
poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow the reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
Yeah, why, really?
Actually,
So that you don't know it's a boy.
Question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
That is weird.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. she had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Bring it on!
Yeah.
Broken handbook.
Is it really possible?
The broken handbook!
Could Chihiro really have gotten into
She
the
really-
boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
It's a broken handbook, not Leon's handbook.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty
Oh,
impossible.
I thought she
huh?
broke it in the process.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She...
Whoops.
You can't miss an
Whoops, sorry.
e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook,
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else
Hold
I
on
can
a
do.
second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Oh.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had to be put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in hand. And where she took us was the scene of the crime.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want us to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
Well, like, there's blood coming from underneath her skirt.
No, it's okay.
Did she get hit
I think
another
Chihiro
way?
would
But
rather
why
have
would
a
that matter
girl
right now?
examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine
Be
her
sure
body.
to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this?
What is it?
Is it gonna get dark?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring widely at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame
This-
trembled.
This girl is
what?
a boy.
Oh.
Ah, I see. So she was actually...
Oh!
Again.
Oh! It makes sense now. Oh.
You're joking, right?
Oh.
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Oh my goodness.
So that's what
This
Kyoko
was
wanted to show
unexpected.
everyone, huh?
Unexpected.
Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Oh my goodness! Plot twist after plot twist!
Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy.
But he's still our programmer, sweetie angel.
Yes.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought had never even crossed my
And because
mind.
the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion.
Oh my goodness, I knew we had a girl that looked like a boy, but...
The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later
It goes
moved
both
to the
ways.
girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
This game is showing us so much.
Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for
Dude
moving the
looks like
body,
a
but-
lady.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become...
Pan knows a good handful of songs. I like your taste.
Okay, well, connected or clear or
Just saying.
whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
Oh, thank you, Zeta. Thank
What
you.
about you, Makoto? After
Your
everything
tastes are
we've
awesome
learned,
as well.
do
Thank
still
you.
think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us?
Why
right
would you
now?
alter it, though?
No, I am not effing with you right now.
Effing.
I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
We
That's
do.
true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
New word for the
Damn
vocabulary.
straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
If Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing that can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the real murder scene. The real murder scene was the boys' room, right? So the killer is a guy.
I got it!
I'm scared. Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, you would need a boy's handbook to get in. Please don't have it be the floaty guy's hair, because if they did when he was like saying like, oh, I'm not looking at the files or anything, since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But there's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. This trial is just like, it's this person. No, it's this person. Celeste's account. Oh, wait. Oh. I was like, Celeste, no, my girl.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but
We'll watch this for
did
fully
nobody
at
get a look at
first.
the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over.
I missed it.
It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
No, it's wrong.
That was some sick dodge. I guess it
believe
happened
someone
for a
else
reason,
did kill
though,
the victim
because I
before he
wasn't
was
supposed to
murdered.
do that.
What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Makoto? I love how she says
The
my
rest
name.
of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Oh, someone.
Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then
Oh, it's another killing of somebody waiting for somebody. Oh, this one breaks my heart, though.
And I had invited him him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was
Is it
willing
the
to risk
fanfic
his
writer?
secret being revealed.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right?
It's not the bros. It can't be the bros.
But knowing what we know, I can't
You don't know
even
the best
guess.
buddies?
No.
Best
You
buddy
already have
bros.
what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
I do.
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want
The
to track
sleeves
down
were
some
small.
fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag
Not the
was
bros.
just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. Oh my goodness, when are we gonna figure this out, guys? This one's crazy!
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Yes.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
No, it's not. I don't know. I have a white tracksuit. Blue, you have a blue one. I don't know.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Oh, did it! Yay! Thank you, Make 6 Gems.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a blue track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assume he headed off to exercise. She didn't say what color it was?
She never said anything about the jacket.
Oh! Oh! Not the bros! They're gonna be ruined!
Chihiro's blue tracksuit.
Oh, your IQ was massive, Mystic Gems.
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's
Because I just...
Oh no, Mondo, the bros! The bros are gonna be separated! Poor Taka! Oh! Poor Taka!
No,
His bro's gonna be taken away from him.
Bag and clothes were
Oh, I
surely
feel bad
by
for
the time we began
Taka.
our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry?
And so my boy is gonna be so
Are
sad.
you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Oh my.
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Okay, but I want to know how he knows about how the killer and everything did everything. I want to know how he knew about the extension cord.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Kyoko's my girl!
You said you knew he did it just to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Whoa, she's smarty smart. Yeah, why? Can you tell us, please?
That's a good question.
The way he talked? The way he was acting? Because I hate him. I don't know. Well, he wasn't really talking. The way he was acting, I guess. I've never heard him talk really much.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off.
That wasn't right, though.
Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
How come we didn't notice? I feel so dumb.
But also, I didn't notice the first time I watched this game. So.
What?
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
They're taking the crazy guys out of the game first, I guess.
You would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, no. Now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to... It's mine.
Thanks for finding
Mondo's? Chihiro's? I'm guessing Mondo would have his, though. I'll say Chihiro's. I don't know.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Thank you for finding him, man. I had it lost for days.
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? That's only possible explanation is by hitting the weak point. Yes!
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip. but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and 2 of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But
Yeah, I
if
think we
tell
found out who
you
it
and
was.
someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
I flippin' knew it!
I flippin' knew it.
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Oh my, I'm never going into a sauna after hearing that.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That's why people just sit down in a sauna. Ugh.
Of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
That makes sauna sound like a death trap. Yeah, you move, you die. It's like, you're trapped.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken
Oh!
the sauna was...
We saw the bros. The bros took the handbook.
Gross.
Who might have brought the handbook into the sauna? It had to be one of the other who wore their clothes in the sauna. It was the one person who wore the clothes in the sauna. You wore the clothes in the sauna.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
Didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep
Oh, my heart.
In the sauna not too long ago.
No.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves beyond a shadow of doubt. This lasts forever, guys! Whoa!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look!
I can't change stuff.
Makoto was wrong after all. Mondo would
I'm not wrong.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, the words I have them sick dodges today.
Yeah.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
I don't know what's going on, but it looks cool.
Mondo
We're trying to find the killer.
that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is
actually
Leon's.
Leon's,
But
yeah.
doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student.
But if they're dead, they're not.
They're
Oh my
not a
goodness.
student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such,
And that's what he likes the
I
most.
decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on. Tell him he's wrong.
What's
you
wrong,
are
bro?
wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right.
Ooh, we're gonna walk through it. Time to walk through it. Okay, time to walk through it. It's not as easy as the first one. She saw it first. But that's not his sleeve. That's the killer's
Looks like
sleeve.
it. No.
It's black.
The killer always shows us gray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think the ankle just looked a little weird.
But I mean, look, the killer's writing in the pink blood. And it's not gray.
That's not, that's Byakuya.
Oh.
The killer always shows us gray.
Wait, Byakuya is he's still involved in the case? Oh yeah,
Yeah, he like messed it up to frame Toko because he's a psycho.
Okay, we're gonna say that happened. Splatter happened. Tore down the poster maybe. He's picking him up.
He picks him up.
Going here, maybe? We'll just do that for now. I don't know what this means either, so.
Yeah.
Byakuya is a meanie, yeah. The cord. Like, what the heck? It would go on either one of these. I don't know which one.
Oh, you only have one left, right? There's nothing over there. Here,
No, I switched.
I
need to switch something around. I don't.
Is the pool instead of the pools at the poster or something?
Let's see how that
Maybe it's
goes.
him taking the poster down and then putting it back up in another room.
And then pool. I guess that doesn't count now. I guess yeah, we'll just try it.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse. At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Maybe it was the card before that.
The card and then entering.
Here's exactly what happened. With bag in hand, she made her way to the locker. But how could the victim, who was...
There we go. Boom, 2 in a row.
Simple. Because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro,
this is so sad.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. Then, removing the bloody poster,
Okay, that's not right.
Oh, maybe the door's you put the door there instead, because that's the girl's door. So he moved him to the girl's door, showing the door he's going to, and then him using the card on it.
Okay, then I don't think this
the
makes
poster's-
sense.
Yeah, the poster still doesn't belong there, but I'm pretty sure the door does.
But the poster happens right before this, so it has to be right
Yeah.
here.
Okay, let's
try it.
Let's see.
you! Which is why the killer then removed...
Hey.
Woo!
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka
I'm
and
scared
Junko's
this is gonna
handbooks
be
had
wrong.
been placed in the main hall.
But where else could
Using
it be?
one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Oh.
And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
Doing a recap right now.
Yeah.
Then, using the victim's own blood,
We're doing
he
a
left
recap.
a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
I know, why did he do this?
What's he cycle?
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence.
Yay!
Just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Ding, ding, ding.
Right, Mondo Errata.
Complete.
Wait. No, this can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah, where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Evidence that Mondo is the killer, that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to the bullet. Ah, great.
Show me some
Final
evidence.
battle is with the bro.
Oh, whoops.
You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you.
Freaky perfect.
Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence.
This is epic.
You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False.
It's interesting how we're fighting him.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
This should prove it!
Oh no.
Haven't heard much from Oz. That's what Blue Potato says.
So far is right.
Yeah,
Mondo must have replaced his broken
I
hand
want to
with
interrupt the
green.
dialogue and also
In
can't
which
say
case,
much so I
we
don't
can
spoil.
just check each of once we do that. We'll
Freaky Friday versus my boy.
We don't gotta do that. Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Whoa, he's admitting. What? We got an A! Oh, kind of. Oh, we got a B. It's okay. Okay. Got a B.
Bro,
Honestly,
what
didn't.
are you saying?
Bro, what are you saying? Honestly, I wouldn't give myself an A. The majorities were A's, though, yeah.
Man, after hearing all that, I gotta just give up.
That trial was kind of a disaster compared to the first one.
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
Oh my.
Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait, hold on.
No,
Oh.
no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a
Oh great, we get to see
Who will you
another
elect
scene.
as the blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Time to vote.
It's a don't cry, my boy.
You just broed the wrong person. Yeah, that's right. He can find another bro.
Corn hair.
He could try the fanfic dude next, or the floaty hair dude. He seems chill.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, this time it
Try the
looks
next
like you
rated
got it
baby.
right again. Yes, it is so. The blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada. In case you were wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. Oh, snap! You're treating very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. Oh, I thought Taka was a different guy for a second. Oh, Taka, yeah. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone. Sorry. But why are you apologizing? Why? Why? But why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf. The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. No, we're looking through this dramatic story. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on that fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun, here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. You're not strong. You don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which, of course, included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack. The armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured out thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
So sorry. I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Oh. Annoyingly, he said he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's the chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, it'll be okay. It'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it. Oh, my heart is broken.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help, but he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to,
that's right.
it was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help me give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that. So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? What? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. What's that to cover up for what he did, you know? That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all of that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you... Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it, after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
But that's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone? It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the way to folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing story, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What? He... Okay, Mondo, you're gone. Don't feel bad for you one bit. Oh my goodness. Okay, Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraffs across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Oh, I thought he was saying for a moment that Chihiro was his brother.
Oh, that's why I was wondering. I'm like, why are you so
I was like,
surprised?
what?
Oh, that's kind
Oh.
of surprising, but why are you so
I thought he was saying that Chihiro was his brother. Oh, okay. Not as shocking, but...
even bigger of a plot.
So he's a... Okay, Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's every soul. Very soul, not every soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once, just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. Oh no, something fell. But suddenly, Mondo didn't really kill him then. He was just being reckless. Laying in his brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I screwed up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. I mean, it was his fault, but I thought that he, literally killed him with his own hands, you know? Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, and at that point it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own brother. Yeah, if the secret came out that Mondo killed his own brother, everyone would be like, yeah, if he killed his own brother, he's definitely gonna kill one of us. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo, after I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you, but why? Why not? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden, huh? Because, I mean, you've kept that a secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would. You're right, but...
I want to change.
I write myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like it was exposing the lie I've been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. I can't hurt you, right? It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. And I was jealous of him.
What?
And that jealousy, whoops, I didn't read it. Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you freaking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did you want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed, and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face? No, I just really admire you. Oh, my heart. Oh, I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you and stronger than Daya. My sweet programmer boy. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was staring at him down on the ground. Hey. I killed him.
I killed Chihiro, even after all this time. I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was a secret, a weakness that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. Darn it! Look at him. You see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory, for that he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You freak. Just shut up. You crazy dude. Go ahead. Say that again, I dare you. Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because it's time for punishing is fast approaching. But punishing? You mean execution? You crazy dude. That's what I promised you, right? The blackens that disturbed the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Is he gonna get ran over by a motorcycle or what? The ultimate biker gang leader? No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Gross.
My heart is broken in multiple different ways for multiple different people. I am just... I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Oh my. What is going on? What the heck?
Yeah, that's his game.
Is he gonna crash? Oh my. The cage of death. What's gonna happen? I'm scared.
What's wrong?
That was interesting. He's gone. What?
Yeah.
Monokuma's corn hair is awesome. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder, another, and a more execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Someone is not letting it happen.
Bad boy.
As Taka's sad screams invade our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again, but he, of course, had to. He had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? But Byakuya? You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because the game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response.
However,
except that. I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to
There
it.
is nothing to be
Well,
done.
I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I had seen him. So, you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning? Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create a fake murder scene? So he was ready to kill everybody?
But
But darn, man, if we hadn't figured out who had really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before I reached that point, of course. Byakuya turned and looked at me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me, thanks to a certain remarkable someone I never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Awesome, sorry, but how can you like this guy?
He cool.
Yeah, how?
He cool.
He's cool?
He cool.
Oh my goodness. Are you satisfied? I'm waiting for him to turn into some huge, like, nice guy. Like, how? I'm confused.
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on. There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
He's handsome. Oh, I'm up next? You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean? 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 Mean. Mean. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship. Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved a complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which the victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Never liked Byakuya, to be honest, Mystic Gem says. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. Hello, welcome. But I knew I wasn't. The end. What?
What?
Are you saying his name, Byakuya? The killing game would still continue. Or she.
What
the heck?
Byakuya is my favorite.
Yeah, Byakuya, us right here in the yellow hair, loves him.
Yeah.
Okay, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept multiplying. Oh, thanks for following.
Oh, thank
I just
you.
saw that now. Thank you so much. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in a bad place that had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. What the heck?
Well, anyway, like I was saying...
I apologize for my behavior at never doing it again. Oh.
This is a pretty good spot.
What is going on?
Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part.
What?
You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right?
Ah, so somebody is in on it.
No biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
We're pulling a Squid Game. We're pulling another Squid Game move. There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
What is going on? Completed. We completed chapter 2. That was a lot.
Yeah.
4 students dead now.
What?
To be continued, everyone. Crazy diamond. Zeta ignored it. Was it just stated? There is a secret student. Oh, yeah. Oh, what?
Oh, she's just sad.
No, I should.
Oh, it's Aoi. Oh, she's so pretty. And oh,
I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon.
don't pull a Sayori.
It's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
Her hair doesn't defy the laws of physics anymore.
Donuts.
Now that it's not in a ponytail.
I might decide to donuts.
Donuts.
I need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up.
Donuts.
Glazed donuts,
now it's
twisty
defying the laws of
donuts,
physics.
jelly donuts, cream filled, donut holes, molassadas. I don't.
Donut, yes.
Oh, God of donuts! I'm praying for a wonderful encounter.
Yes.
Oh, we're playing her? I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. But right now, for me, donuts are absolutely necessary.
Very necessary. Yes, yes. Oh.
She's gonna get killed!
Huh?
What's that sound? It sounds like it's coming from the bathhouse. Oh my.
But
I'm super scared, but is someone there? What? 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 The morning after the conclusion of the second class trial. Everyone met up in the dining hall, just like always, and I expected it to start like any other day. That's what I expected, but I am confusion as well. I think we are going to have to end this stream now. It's already 1:30, guys. And in the morning for us,
Yeah, we
at least.
finished the whole chapter.
Guess what? We've been alive for almost 4 hours. We're on a Danganronpa streak. We'll find out who gets murdered next, basically. Alright, bye everybody. Have a good sleep. Bye. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Why?
Bye. Dang it, Grandpa's so hot. Yeah, bye, Zeta. Bye, Mr. Gems. Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.